Welcome to Moms in Real Estate. Today's guest is Lauren Rocco from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is a mother of two, a Jesus lover, and a $10 million producer. Let's get this show started.
Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi, ladies.
So I have Kristen Cantrell, who is my co-host, and our special guest today is Lauren Rocco. She's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are so excited to talk about things today. We're going to help encourage and get you through these times by speaking with Lauren. So Lauren, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm pretty much an open book. My name's Lauren Rocco, obviously. I've been in real estate for 16 years, been married for 15, actually, no, 16. Don't tell my husband, I just got that wrong.
I always do.
Got married and got my real estate license all in the same year. It's a blur. But have two kids, two boys, 8 and 12. We've been in Charlotte since 2012, moved here from the Panhandle of Pensacola. And yeah, just my husband's in full-time ministry, so I'm a pastor's wife / sales. It's a weird combo, but it works. We love it. So
hey, you know what? Jesus was in the business of sales. He still is today.
Yes, he was. And I like to point people towards that Proverbs 31 woman. She was flipping property, so I'm all about her.
Absolutely, she was. You know what? I actually have that printed out over there on my table because I read that constantly. I'm like, I want to be her. I want to be her. That's awesome.
Yes. Big goals. I love it.
What?
I said big goals. I love it.
That's right. In purple. So you're there in Charlotte. I know that you're in your house with your kids and they're doing their homeschool thing. Tell us how you're getting through this time and some of the things that you're doing and what's keeping you encouraged.
Well, for one, I'm turning off all the Pinterest moms that I see that have these schedules that are detailed every 5 minutes. I've thrown that completely out the door. So my kids are doing online school. My 12-year-old is somewhat independent. He can kind of work on his own. My 8-year-old I have to kind of help with. We're just kind of doing school in the morning. I'm doing work late at night. You just make it work, you know. You just find time during the day to get your stuff done, and hopefully we don't kill each other in the process.
There's been not that much. I'm going to be honest. There hasn't been that much stress in my house, but I have a reason. My smallest one I shipped to North Carolina. He's in Jamestown. He drives me nuts. So there's peace in my house, and I have like 6 kids, and my granddaughter comes over every day. But yeah, it's interesting. It's a very interesting time, and I think that Chuck and I talk almost daily about how surreal this is. And we've decided to set our minds on the encouraging and the positive part of what's going on. So how have you guys done that in your families?
Well, I mean, it just is what it is. You know, like we don't have an alternative. We're in this season and we have to get through it. You know, like we just kind of keep going back to scripture. Like we're not in control, you know, right. No matter how much we think we are, you know, you can be trucking along and doing great. And then a worldwide virus happens. Like what? This is all new to everyone. So it just is what it is. We're just trying to stay encouraged in the fact that we aren't in control. And, you know, God sees a lot bigger and higher than we do. And we just have to trust that and keep going, keep doing exactly what's in front of you for the day. And we're going to look back and we're going to be fine, you know.
You guys have noticed like all the realtors are posting like basically you're going to figure out right now, do you love or hate your house, right? And they're putting that out to all their clients. And I'm like, I looked at my husband the other night. I'm like, well, first off, this hasn't been that bad. The hardest part is just keeping the kids entertained while I'm working. But overall, like I'm like, I actually really enjoy my house. I didn't realize before, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, it's a great idea to talk about the things that you are grateful for. Chuck and I, we are accustomed to having 5 or 6 dates a week. So we've had to change the way that we date. because it's usually over like sushi and wine, or like Firebirds and double black diamonds, stuff like that. So we're taking walks and we're sitting in the back, and I'm not going to lie, it's been fantastic.
Right.
So
That's
Firebirds
awesome.
is a restaurant, Lauren.
Yeah.
You're speaking Spanish right now, Angela.
We used to have a Firebirds in Charlotte. I don't know if it's the same thing, but we used to have
it is.
Yeah, it is. And I think they have them in Charlotte. I think it's like one of their corporate headquarters or something.
Oh, cool.
We invest heavily in these drinks called Double Diamond, Black Diamond. It's like this pineapple infused vodka.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Wonderful.
And fruity and like, yeah, I like that. Anything in a pineapple, I'm good with.
It is awesome. So let's talk a little bit, because I know that there are some realtors, or lots of them actually, that are so paralyzed right now. And I just want every bit of tips and tricks and things that you're doing that to help people out there know that you can be accomplishing more in this time with the relationships in your clients than you ever have been able to before. So Lauren, I know you're doing that. So tell us how you're doing that.
Yeah, so I think for me, and I think for most agents, like I said before, it's just we're in a different place. Like we don't really know how to respond, but we know we need to respond. And I think just coming from contribution, like nobody wants to be sold right now. 90% of my friends know that I'm a realtor, right? Hopefully 100%, but you always have that little fringe that forgets, So it's true. So I think just coming from contribution, just being available, just reaching out to people and just saying like, hey, how can I help you? What do you need? Like, can my family do anything for you? Can I pray for you? Can I go to the store for you? Like, I'm not scared to go to the store. I mean, I know it's a thing right now, but I've got a mask and I'll go to the store for somebody, So just reaching out from contribution, I think is huge right now. I mean, I am dripping on my database, but I'm trying to go about it in a way that's helpful and not tacky. You know what I mean? So like I sent an email out recently that was all the links to anywhere that you could get assistance. That was the small business loans or housing help, or it was like 9 or 10 links. So I just sent this out and said, hey, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope this email finds you healthy. If you need me, let me know. But here's some links to get you through this time.
I honestly don't see that many people doing it. And I feel like there's so many small businesses out there, small business owners that don't know where to go. And being that resource is so important.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. And the other thing that's really on my heart heavy is a couple of things. First of all, as a real estate agent, when you reach out to your clients with a heart of encouragement and a heart of contribution, that makes you feel better. It gives you a sense of purpose in your day. And my heart is heavy for real estate agents out there, especially some moms who feel cooped up in their house with their kids and trying to just find a new rhythm in their life. But when you have that sense of purpose and you're reaching out to your clients with encouragement, it will lift you up. It will give you something positive to do during the day that also builds a relationship for your future.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's the goal, right? It's all about relationships. And you can still build relationships right now, even though we're in a different season. So,
oh my gosh, I think you can do it better than ever. I'm having a ball with the Zoom calls. And the other thing that I think that we should be doing as women in real estate is we need to be reaching out. Now, I'm just saying this because we're women, but I think we need to be reaching out to the other women real estate agents in our industry and encouraging them, inviting them to the trainings or the mindset stuff that we know is going on all around us that maybe they just haven't taken the time to plug into, or they haven't taken the time to, I don't know, just get off whatever couch they're on. I really feel like we all have a responsibility to do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is more than enough free training right now. I can't even do it all. I wish I could, but there's like live trainings that are happening at the same time and I can't even get to everything. So there's more than enough stuff. And the good thing is a lot of those are recorded. So you can go back and look after your kids go to bed, take an hour to build into your business, So I think it's great.
I do too. Have you guys seen that that meme that's going around, or it's a cat falling down the stairs, and it's like all tired, and everyone's like, this is me during quarantine. I'm like, I want to be that cat. I feel like my day is jam packed. Like I've been working more than 8 hours a day. I'm like, I just want to be that cat for one day. There's just so much to do right now. And I feel like people are just scared. And I think that a lot of real estate agents are like, I don't want to come across wrong to my clients. I'm like, you can't. If you're just calling and just being there and trying to provide value and just being a good human, like they will remember that. I've had one phone call from, people that I pay money to, which it's my son's wrestling coach, right? He called us and he's like, I just want to see how your family's doing during this time. And we had like a 10-minute conversation, and I'll never forget that. And I feel like people need to remember that and hear that maybe from a different industry, but it was definitely something that spoke high volumes for him to call my family and reach out,
Right.
Absolutely. Awesome. So let's give some tips. So for me, first of all, I'm kind of an introvert. So being in the house with my best friend all day long is kind of fun. I am enjoying it, but I do know that there are a lot of people on the DISC profile. If you don't know the DISC profile, you need to know it, who are like high I's, who are jumping out of their skin and maybe don't know what to do. Are you high I, Lauren?
99%.
Oh my gosh. What's your other? What else are you?
0% C, like literally 0. And my D is growing with age.
I'm all D.
You hate systems, I think you told me. Me and you, we're like, we got to get systems down. Yep.
Whew, it's been a lifelong struggle. We're going to get there though.
But let's give some tips. If you're jumping out of your skin, you have people who are as well. And I kind of thought this, I didn't think that the Zoom thing would be so personal and so interactive. And I got to say, let's give some tips for some women out there. Some of you need to go on, I mean it. You need to have some Zoom happy hours with your girlfriends, or you need to, reach out to other moms with kids who do that kind of stuff. I would delete Pinterest too, but you need to get together. And I heard, my daughter loves to bake. I'm not a real mom or woman, so I don't do any of that. But if I could get her, because she's bored, if I could get her on a Zoom call with her friends and bake a cake together or do something like that. Do we have any tips do you guys have any tips? What are you doing?
I'm all ears, Lauren. I bet you do.
I mean, I just say, like, if you need that, post it. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait for somebody else to do it. Just put it out there and say, hey, I'm going to do a wine happy hour. Let's do a wine and cheese. I actually did. This was funny. I did a wine and cheese virtual open house. I said, you bring the wine and cheese and I'm doing the house tour. So I did like a Zoom and shared my screen and like walked them through a Matterport, but that kind of stuff, it's the baking thing. That's a great idea. It doesn't have to be real estate related. Like just go online and chat,
I love that. You bring the wine and cheese.
I know that's awesome. And the other thing
it was fun.
I've been hearing people say is that they're getting a lot of home projects done, like whatever. I think that people should make that really visible. This is what I'm doing with my time to either learn, to improve something, to get something done. If we can just get really verbal about what are we doing that's good, that's positive,
right,
through this time, we'll encourage other people to do that same thing. We really have to be a light. It's not just because I love the Lord Jesus, but primarily, but also there are too many people who were depressed to start with and are sitting at home losing their mind. We need to reach out to people and just be an encouragement in this time. And because I'm a high D, give like a, how do you be productive? What's the best use of your time? Get out there and get off your butts and do this and that and the other thing, so that at the end of it, you can say, look at all of the stuff I accomplished during quarantine.
Right. You're a checklist girl, huh?
I'm a high D.
No, I think that's great. I think that's all like super good advice, I've tried to use, because I am a high I and I need that like personal piece a lot. I use a lot of voice texting. I use a lot of video texting, and if your friends need that, it's good to just see a face,
How about, let's talk about this. Let's say I'm a real estate agent. I'm sitting at home and I want to practice or learn or do something that's going to help me when we can get back to normal. So tell us from your personal business, because you're a $10 million producer, which is amazing. So thank you. what are some of the things that you do in your business during the normal course of your business that are most effective best practices for you?
I talk to everybody. Like, I build relationships in the grocery store. I mean, seriously, I know you can't really do that right now, but I think the more, yeah, well, you can.
Back off, lady.
I just try to, I'm a connector. So naturally, like, if someone says, I'm going to get pizza, I'm going to be the first one that says, oh my gosh, have you tried Alino's Pizza in Mooresville? It's the best. So I'm constantly connecting people like that. So for me, that's been huge in my business. That piece, and then just not being scared to pick up the phone. You've got to call people. You're going to have that mesh. Like for me, probably 90% of my business is referral based, but then that other 10%, like you have to pick up the phone and just do it. I've had to get over the fact, it doesn't matter. You know what? No is just that much closer to yes. So just make the calls, just do the hard stuff. And I mean, I've been in this business a while, and I look back and sometimes I'm like, how did I get through that? How did I get through, 2008, 2009? It was hard, but you just keep doing the things that, you're good at and even the hard stuff. And then I feel like you get there,
We were just talking about that yesterday, that I don't understand how people are so adverse to doing things that are uncomfortable. I get the uncomfortable part, but I don't understand the only explanation, because if you do the things that are uncomfortable, like right now, you guys, people should be making tons of phone calls. Practice, who cares? You're more likely to get somebody on the phone right now who just wants to talk than any other time, right? Yeah. So why aren't people doing those uncomfortable things so that when they're done with this quarantine thing, that they have built a skill that's going to make them money? I don't get that, because by avoiding the uncomfortable situations that you can put yourself in right now, all you're doing is guaranteeing discomfort later.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. I wish I could understand people.
It's hard. I know. I think I was telling you guys the other day, it's hard when you want it for people more than they want it, especially like some, people on your team or real estate agents that have so much potential. Mm-hmm. And you just want to shake them, but you got to want it for yourself, because we can't do the work for you,
Right. Okay. So let's skip to our kids here. I found out yesterday, I don't know why this surprised me. My daughter's so bored, but she won't get up and take a walk. She won't Zoom her friends or whatever. I'm like, I need some suggestions here. I mean, I can get the homework done and learn to type. How about that? Because that's my flinch is learn something new, but it's not working. Suggestions.
I told my kid to get on YouTube and learn a song on the piano. I don't know if he'll do it or not, but he sings really well. So I'm like, get on there and learn a song, something like that.
Can you imagine if your kid discovered their secret talent during quarantine? What a great story that would be.
That'd be awesome. There's so many celebrities right now doing those lives on Instagram. And I keep telling my oldest, I'm like, hey, write a song, get on there, share it. You never know.
It's true.
Well, and Ari's at that age where they're doing all that TikTok stuff. And I'm like, I can't get into TikTok. I like watching people do it, but I can't. And I've seen Ari does it a lot. And it's funny, but it keeps them entertained.
Hey, whatever.
I was actually hitting.
I love how everyone's doing the sidewalk, words of encouragement. So when you're going on walks, you see all these different things. I'd have her do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. I did that in my neighborhood. Yeah. I posted in my neighborhood Facebook group, hey, we should do this. And all the neighbors did it. And so they were walking around taking pictures, and it was just fun for the kids,
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Have you had conversations, since you said that you are a connector in your business? Lauren, have you had conversations with your clients to say, hey, what do you need? I might know somebody else that could help you with that. Have you done that? Oh my gosh.
Not since the quarantine started so much. Just more I think it's great. I think that's a good idea.
You might find a mom that's really struggling to find activities for their kids and another one who's a Pinterest mom. And you put those two together, not only are you starting a friendship, but they're gonna give you the kudos and the recognition for putting them together and solving.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think
I'll put that on my list.
Did you say it's on your list?
Yeah, it's on my list.
It's on your list.
I have a notepad.
That's awesome.
My list is happy hour tonight because you told me I have to, so perfect.
Yes. As a friend, I am ordering you to have a happy hour tonight.
That's so fun.
All right, give some resources. Okay, so we want to learn something, you want to connect people, but let's give some resources. Where can people go, or what do you know about where people can go if they want to decide to learn and they don't want to make a decision on where to go?
Oh, well, I would honestly start with the free 60 days at EXP because that's just amazing. And I've listened to Jay Kinder's listing presentation, and I'm not kidding. In 16 years, hands down, best listing presentation I've ever heard. It was awesome. So I would start there. You can get a pass for that. There's also Keeping Current Matters right now. I never really kept up with them, but lately they've had some awesome resources it's called Keeping Current Matters.
Oh, Keeping Current Matters.
And I think you can pay for it monthly, but they have a whole list of free resources for agents that have to do with COVID-19 that you can share with your clients. So if you're just looking for good info to share, I'd start there.
So if somebody wants a pass, how do they get a pass for the training?
Just reach out to an EXP agent that you know, and we'll get you a pass. It's super easy, no pressure.
Seriously, yeah, I think that's a really good idea, because then you're going to get to experience the expertise of all those people who are spending time right now trying to add value to you, right?
Right. And I think one thing to note, the teachers that teach in our world are top agents. Like these aren't agents that don't sell houses and just volunteer to do, the class. These are actually producing agents. And some of them charge a lot of money for their coaching platforms and stuff. And it's free.
I know.
It's free to anybody right now for 60 days. So I would be soaking that stuff up for sure.
That's right.
It's mind blowing. If anybody wants to jump on at 10:30, just Facebook friend me and go to my profile. I have coffee with Kristen after this with Rachel Krill, and she'll give a bunch of great information. She does a ton of business, and she's gonna be talking about what she does today to continue to be so busy and thrive in this market.
Yeah, Rachel is amazing. You do not want to miss having an opportunity to hear from her. So that's at 10:30 Pacific time, right?
Yeah.
And how often are you doing that, Kristen?
I'm doing it probably 3 times a week, coffee with Kristen. I might change it up to wine with Kristen if I want it at a nighttime. So it's not going to be live on Facebook. It'll be just back on the back end on Zoom, where we can all just hang out and talk about what we're struggling with and help everybody overcome whatever difficulties they're having. And then whoever is experiencing success, be able to share that with everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think we should be doing.
I just want to show up and be there for people. And like you, I love to connect people. That is like my passion. So if I can connect 2 people and they can, go off and be friends and help each other, accountability partners or anything, I would be happy.
So I know that most of the people right now who are watching this probably did not see it live, but if you want help getting connected with a resource or other podcast or coffee with Kristen or something, you want to talk with Lauren, just reach out and we will put you in touch so that you can get the encouragement that you want when you need it during this time. We can give you suggestions on how to spend your time, maybe even suggestions on where to go to get what you need, and go out there and be an encouragement to others. So I think that's probably my biggest piece of advice right now. It's very, very good for your soul, and it's good for your attitude, and it's good for everybody that come in contact. So that's my advice. Do you guys have any advice?
Go ahead.
I love it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what people need.
I think so too. So tell everyone that you know about this wonderful show, Moms in Real Estate. If you have a suggestion of a mom that needs to be a guest here that's as wonderful as Lauren, please give us a shout. And Lauren, I want to thank you for your time and your encouragement. You have a great spirit, and it's been a pleasure to talk with you. And of course, one of my best friends ever, Kristen. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you, ladies. I'm just honored to. I just think it's so cool how we get to meet people across the country. Like, I never would have been able to connect with you guys. I would have never known about you guys if it wasn't for our awesome company. And I feel blessed to be able to connect with awesome agents. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, everyone. Until next week, thank you again. Be blessed, be an encouragement. God bless you all. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.